All right,
The hell is my record? There it is. There we
there we
go.
go.
Well, also I got a new mic. I don't know if you can tell. Do I sound any better?
You do sound a little bit clearer, so
That's great.
yeah,
Oh, good. Here's Marvin. Good. That was quick. Anyway, all right.
cool.
All righty. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Oh, there's Marvin.
Hello.
What's up,
Look
buddy?
at that manly chest.
Superman.
Are
Superman.
you in? Are you in a new place? Is that what I
Yes.
hear?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I was gonna say that's not the same old apartment that I saw before. So,
I moved in beginning of July
oh,
over
so
to the
like
top.
right after we got back from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Wow,
There you go.
that's awesome. Well, congrats. I hope
Thank
it
you.
works out. So cool. All right. So we are here tonight. We got our buddy Marvin. He's going to talk about his Kickstarter. We have comics to review. We have I have Star Trek to talk about. Um, and so before we got on the air, Justin was talking about how he just saw Superman. Um, I think that's awesome that they finally got to see it.
Yeah,
Um, uh, I'm glad you enjoyed it as well.
yeah.
Um,
Uh, I almost agree completely with your review too, like of the movie, like what you thought was wrong, like. That was a weird thing with the message from his parents. I was like, wow, that was way off. I don't know why James
mhm.
Gunn did that. Um, but I also thought it was hilarious that Nathan Fillion had fun with the role as Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Like, I loved the middle fingers in the battle scene.
Right.
That was pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, overall I thought it was good. Um I started watching or so I first off I finished um the the new Quantum Leap that was on Netflix. Um and it was really good. I enjoyed it. I think everybody should go check it out. And um I then started to watch the Orphan Black show that was on BBC like
Yeah.
10 years ago
Yeah.
with
It's
Tatiana,
it's a
what's her name?
still yeah, it's
It's
still a
very
really
good.
awesome show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first two seasons are really great, but after that it starts kind of going off the rails like those shows tend to do.
It felt very I'm gonna say this and I'll probably gonna get grief for it later, but I felt that it had a bit of an X-Files vibe.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
like an X-Files and Fringe with like X-Files Fringe, that kind of vibe with like a little bit of
Well, the Josh Whedon effect.
yeah,
A little bit of
but
the
like
Josh.
the other show that I actually thought it reminded me a lot of was Alias. Not Jessica
Yeah.
Jones, but the actual Alias show
Yeah.
with Jennifer Gardner. Like
Okay.
it just had that like I think it might have been all the costume changes and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um but I thought it
It
was really good.
yeah. It's well, and again, like all those shows, that was like the tail end of those shows were ending when
Mhm.
this started. So that's where we probably got a lot of those vibes was from that, like kind of
Yeah.
transferred over. Um, but it's a fun show. It's very underrated. I don't think enough people appreciated that, especially her. Like
Yeah.
like all the iterations that she did of the
Yeah.
different characters, that takes a special kind of talent. And for and I think that's kind of led her into other things because I think that was like her first major thing in Hollywood.
Well, I
Like,
mean, it wasn't even.
well,
Well, I mean, it was BBC.
yeah, but they
Um,
converted it over
yeah,
like a
they
little
brought
bit
it.
to
Well, they were showing
America.
it on AMC because BBC had the AMC partnership because that was the same time that Doctor Who was real big.
Yeah.
Um, and then, but then she went on. I mean, she went on to be in She-Hulk. Like she played
Yeah.
Jennifer Walters,
I think that's
and
what kind of helped her with She-Hulk is like you could play multiple characters with a little
yeah,
bit of difference to it. And I think that helped her out a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I love her as an actress. I think she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
agree.
it's a shame She-Hulk didn't catch, but it's, you know,
But I feel like after watching, I'm just into season 2. After watching the first season, I really was like, okay, this really was her. Like that she was exactly the right person to play Jen in that
yes,
show
yes.
because of how she performed
Hmm.
in Orphan Black.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
cool. Marvin, have you watched Orphan Black at all?
I saw that it was on. Is it on Netflix now? Thought
Yeah.
yeah. So it's I added it to my list. I didn't watch it when it was on before, but I heard good things about it.
Yeah, me too. I know there's a sequel show called Echoes with Kristen, what's her name, who plays Jessica Jones, which is even funnier because I had the alias thought. Um,
Yeah.
but
Kristen Ritter.
or Kristen Ritter, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And but it only went one season, I think. So,
Yeah.
um, but I guess there's some characters from this show that go to that show. So I'm
Yes.
very excited to check it out when I get to that point. But I have
Yeah.
4 more seasons to go, which means I have like 40 more episodes. So
Yeah.
luckily, they're only 10 episode seasons because yay BBC.
Yeah.
Um, but it was good. So all
Well,
right. So before we get into this, I have a small discussion to have, which Marvin's
uh-oh.
probably gonna laugh at this as soon as I say it. So in my social media feed and a lot of my friends who were uh, at Dragon Con, one picture surfaced tonight that I thought was fucking brilliant, amazing, and good for them. They threw someone out of their artist alley for selling AI generated art.
I saw that.
And like, I applaud them super hard
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Yeah. We
that.
had that
Because,
discussion last week about that stuff. That was, you
yeah,
Yeah.
know,
Then the GalaxyCon put out a statement saying that they have a zero tolerance policy for it. So we'll
yeah.
see how things progress from here.
I mean,
And Warner,
our like when you apply at our show, we specifically say like you cannot be an AI art
yeah.
person. Yeah.
and then Warner Brothers is suing Midjourney for copyright infringement.
Wow. Hmm.
So the hits are coming. Hits are coming for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see. Uh,
Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
should I do my little spot for celebrity deaths, which
Sure.
there's one, like, everybody knows who it is, and then there's kind of a deep cut. Uh, I'll do the deep cut first. Scott Spengel, who is an American screenwriter for Evil
Mhm.
Dead 2, passed
Yep.
away. He was 67. Was it? He was also a director for The Intruder and an actor from Within the Woods from 1978. Big horror guy.
He was in
Uh,
Spider-Man 2, right?
Yep.
He's a
yes,
pizza thief.
Yep.
yes, yep. So he passed away at the age 67. And then the one everybody knows, Graham Greene passed away this week. For those who don't know who that is, he is played pretty much every major Hollywood movie he had as a Native American.
Mhm.
He was in Dances with Wolves. He was in Green Mile. He was in Die Hard with a Vengeance. He was
He
in
was in Echo.
he was in Echo. He was in
Yep.
Twilight, all the Twilight movies. Like, he was in like, if they're like, hey, we need a guy who to play a Native American elder, he was usually the guy they went to.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's a shame we lost them. I saw a lot of people, a lot of big actors going, I worked with him. He was a professional. He was a nice guy. He was funny. Um, so, you know,
Mhm.
thoughts and prayers to his family. Uh, they said yes,
Nice.
career spanning over 50 years in
Wow.
television, theater, and film. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
all right. Um, let's go on to Marvin's Kickstarter. So That I mean, celebrity deaths suck, but I just want to get through them as fast as possible. 'Cause we talk about them every week, and it's just like, man, it's just a fucking downer.
Yeah.
Because we're getting old, and you know, like it
Mhm.
sucks that some of our favorite people are dying. So, all right,
It's true.
so
And it's always the good ones too.
right, all right, so let's talk about Marvin's Kickstarter. So this is for the Blaine action figure, right?
Yep. So the Blaine action figure and then the high stakes one shot.
Nice. Um, I don't know why it says back this project because we already did.
I don't think
But
you're
what?
logged in.
Oh, maybe I'm just not. Oh, I'm not logged in.
There, you know.
Okay, cool.
Gotta be
Well,
logged
I mean, the
in,
good
bro.
part is you're a third of the way there, and you have
Yeah, there
15
you
days to
go.
go.
I mean, it's always the weird thing about the way these things seems to go. I feel like that I get a good hit like the first 24 hours, and then it just drags along. But I did it 60 days on purpose. 'Cause I just wanted it to drag along, so that I could like hit promotional goals. So
Yeah,
like I wrote up a spreadsheet on, all right, this day I'll release this piece of art. This day I'll release this piece of art. This day I'll add a new tier to the Kickstarter. So, yeah,
nice.
so this actually started years ago with the guys I know from Loose Collector. I mean, you may have seen it recently. They've been doing stuff for Rob Liefeld's Youngblood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Lady Death. They did El Moracha. So when they built up a rep as a action figure studio, they used to just do customs. So they did some custom figures for me years ago. And when they started doing figures on their own, I said, okay, so I want to do some action figures. So they tried to talk me into doing the 1/12 scale, the 6 inch, but I was like,
Mhm.
no, I got to do GI Joe 80 scale because I mean that's the fun size, right? So they came back and said, okay, so we're going to do 24 points of articulation, which you normally don't see in figures of this scale. So
Holy shit.
yeah, so the shoulders, the neck, it's got rockers on the feet, it's got rockers on the toes. You've
Wow.
got 4 sets of hands, 2 heads, and then the guns. And the guns do fit into the holsters and back holsters. And since it's a comic book, you can have holsters on the back, and he can still get to them no matter what people say.
Right.
Like the original design of his costume had the leg holsters, but we wanted to do
Oh.
something different because it's a comic book, and we can do that.
Well, that's awesome. I think these are the guys that may have done Vito's Stray action figure that I have.
Yeah, they did custom for Stray. Oh no, you mean Tom. No. Tom did Critter. They did Critter for Tom, and they did do a
Yeah.
custom for Vito with Stray. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did a Midnight Tiger too. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like crossing the gamut of doing customs back in the mid 2000s,
Yeah.
like in 2010-ish around that area. And then they became just a game action figure studio. So they're working with everyone now.
Hmm.
Even
That's
little old
awesome.
me. They're working with me.
Well, I'm glad. So let's check out this Kickstarter. So pledge without reward, just give Marvin money. Um
You
or
loot.
or you can for $40 get yourself a single figure. So with
So the
$10.
action figure comes with the high stakes one shot. So you're giving away a copy of the one shot for free. So that comes with the pledge of $40. You're getting prints, you're getting trading cards, and the digital copy of high stakes. So the high stakes it's going to be 40 pages plus one shot where Blaine is headed to Las Vegas to the Fire Casino. It's a casino I invented to extract a guy who has some information. So I'm not revealing what information he has yet. That's going to come later on as we get into the Kickstarter. But this guy's a jerk, and he kind of broadcasts over the internet what he has.
Hmm.
So other people are going to descend on this hotel to either kill him or take him hostage. So we're going to introduce some new characters called the Suits. So the suits are kind of like I consider them like somewhat like Section 31 from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, where they're
Okay.
kind of in the background, but they get into the action.
Okay.
So they're wearing dark suits, of course, and sunglasses because that's what people who are doing nefarious things wear. We'll also get introduced to a character called Rev. I call him Rev the Revolution. So he is a guy who comes into an area to destabilize it. So he's going to help the rebels, train them, show them how to use weapons, and to take over small countries if that's what he. So he does his job and then he leaves.
Okay. That's pretty cool. All right,
So
so
you
your
can,
second tier for $2, you get a digital version of the Edge issue 1, which is, if I remember right, like the introduction for Blaine, because he's the main
yes,
character in the Edge, right?
yes.
Cool. And then for $5, you get the digital copy of High Stakes. I find it funny that this image is like cut off like that.
Yeah.
And
That's my fault for the not resizing things. And when I Kickstarter always gives me problems with adding images, and when it
yeah,
said it loaded, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm leaving because I
no,
always have
I
problems with
got you.
Kickstarter.
So $7, you get the Edge issue 1 physical copy.
Yeah, when we're back with the
Um,
coffee again.
oh, more coffee, more coffee.
This one is spiced
Uh,
rum. I'm really
Spiced
interested to see what
rum.
spiced rum tastes like in coffee.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, to me, that tastes like a good time. So, because that's how I take my coffee in the winter. So, or on my vacation, I should say that.
Oh, so you don't have to do anything extra. You just brew the coffee
Yeah.
all on its own.
Is it actual? It's not dried rum in it, right? Or is it just the flavor of spice rum?
It's a
Like
flavor
it's not
spice rum.
alcohol in it, right?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Well,
It's
then
just
you're taking the fun out of it, dude.
well, maybe the next time I'll do this. So I mean, I actually did some research because Grant talked about he wanted to do like for Beowulf, he wanted to do mead. So I was
Yeah.
saying, okay, so what if we do like Edge alcohol or Edge hot sauce?
Oh, an Edge hot sauce would be
Yeah.
awesome.
So I've been looking around for anyone who would be interested in doing that, and I found some stuff locally that
Yeah.
we might do hot sauce sooner or
Oh
later.
man, that's awesome. You let me know, man. I'll buy a bottle of fucking Edge hot sauce. So, all right. So, physical copy of High Stakes, $15. And then you said this is a 40-page book, right?
Yes,
That's awesome.
and I need to
So
fix that shipping on that shipping too. So our buddies Spinetix, that's another YouTube show that they do like Saturdays. So we've done some stuff with them before where they've done variant covers and things like that. So we're adding them not only into the cover, but they're be in the book with the Bad Fad band. That's they appear
awesome.
in the Edge issue 11, which is supposed to be out on September 10th, but we'll see. Because it's not on the next week's release list. So like so these are
Bummer.
the army builders. So each figure has four heads.
Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the bad fat. Okay,
Yeah.
let me go past it. Sorry, you jumped ahead. And I wasn't paying
Oh,
attention.
yep.
No.
You're fine.
All right, good. Army builders.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, one of the things that you need to have when you have action figures is guys to punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have like the Cobra Soldiers or the Vipers from G.I. Joe. So these are the suits, armor builders. So each one, let's say, comes with four heads. So that you just swap the heads off when you're ready for there to be another one. But I also have a pack of four. So there, you can get a pack of four. So you either can get one for 30 or a pack of four for $80. So there's a female and male
All right. It's
army
further
builder.
down. Okay. That's cool. I like that you did a female and a male.
Mhm.
There you go.
And I think it's cool that you have a 4-pack in here somewhere. So,
Yeah, I'm
all right.
waiting for someone to swap the male and female figures onto the different bodies too.
Oh, that'd
Because
be
someone's
cool.
going to do it.
The trans figures. So,
Yes.
I mean, you get the 4-pack. You have all those heads. You might as well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you can trade it with your friends.
woo, right? Exactly. All right, so you get an Edge Volume 1 and Volume 2 for $35. That's the graphic novel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal right there. For $42, you get both of them. That's a
Mhm.
really good deal. The Blaine High Stakes Retailer tier. So, you get the 5 copies, and that's
And
pretty
five
Prince.
prints.
much.
Yeah.
And the 5 prints. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. Edge 1 issue 1 through 10 set for $50. That's also good.
Yeah.
Is
I,
that
I
the table at Heroes? Is that a
no,
picture of
that's
the table at Heroes?
That
is
looks
that
like our show.
that's
Or is
Three
that Three
Rivers.
Rivers?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Look at us being on there. Give you the logo and slap it right there.
Need
Oh, here's the
Todd
4-pack.
signage. Need the Todd signage on there.
Right. Here's the 4-pack. So,
Yeah, so you
are
get
these going to be paintable, or is it just because they're
they
not?
will be complete figures. So those are
Okay.
just that's what the like the molds look like, yeah.
Okay.
So they'll
I
be
was like,
complete
that'd be kind of
figures.
cool to get like paintable ones.
Yeah.
Like that'd
Well,
be
I
kind of
mean,
cool.
if people are interested in that, we can do ones that are unpainted. But since I'm making those cheaper, they won't
Mhm.
be packaged, so they're just being poly bags. So
Okay.
no packaging for the suits.
Okay.
Unless if you when you're done here, if you go back to the Kickstarter, there's unlockable tiers on there also.
Oh, cool. I'm surprised you didn't make a 2 male, 2 female one.
We could always do that. I made it this long for a reason so I could make changes and add when people make suggestions, I'll say, okay, well, I'll add this and or we won't do this one or we'll do this one for a limited time.
Right. And then there's the Blaine action figure retailer tier, which is what we backed.
Yeah.
Mostly because I forgot about the high stakes retailer tier, so I'm gonna have to go back and get that. I'll have to add that on. I don't know if I can do that now, but I'm gonna try. All right. So if I go back here, will it show me the unlockables?
Yeah, so that shows you what the
There's the full
articulation points
figure.
are.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You
I
must be
was
like
like,
so fucking proud of this.
yeah. Oh yeah. When I first got the images of it, like it was so good to see it finally after all these years of trying to get this done.
That's super cool. Oh, look
I
at
was gonna
that.
say that looks almost better than most Marvel Legends at this point anymore. So
Yeah. This is a very like Duke type like
Mhm.
pose you have him in. So that's sexy right there. Oh, my glasses are gone.
that's the Ryu pose right
There
there.
you go. He's ready to be he's a street fighter right there.
Or Liu
Oh, and
Kang.
then
If you
you
want to
have the
go
Nightwing.
closer.
You have the Nightwing because you got to have the
Mhm.
ass shot.
Right.
Yep. Like the main just mean mugging all the stuff. 48 page one shot. Damn. That's awesome.
So that's the first page where we're like I'm going to show up to 3 pages. So the next page is that the guy I'm talking about being a jerk. So Blaine is the first one in series 1. So series 1 will also include Revenant.
Right.
And you see he's
I like the
got
fact
his,
he got his little knife.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Mr. Idiom, Interim, and then Mystic. So I've got like all the levels planned out on stages of release.
Right.
But we got to get through this first one first, and then we'll talk about series 2. So we're going to add more heads. So if you're like swapping heads, there's going to be a lot of them. So head pack 1 at 10,000 will unlock that one,
Okay. That's
and then head pack 2 is at 15 at goal.
and that's these ones.
Yep,
Huh. Or no, wait, sorry, that's head pack 1.
that's one. Yeah, and then this
Head
is 2.
back.
So head pack 2.
Oh man, you made a fill head.
So these would be like the upper leaders or like the veterans in the suits. So we had to make veteran characters a little older than the other ones.
No, I like it. I like it
Yeah.
a lot.
And I mean, we tried to like have a lot of diversity in the characters, different hairstyles, different skin tone, just something different. Like I found that a lot of action figures don't have a lot of diversity in the lines. It's always all different, like not enough different kind of people that you get in those lines. So those are the new card set. So adding those to the card sets, they were I think you guys got some packs of cards before. Um, but these are the new ones. So these will be added onto the packs, and there's going to be a 39th card I'm adding probably in 2 days or so. So
Nice.
Rev the Revolution is going to get his card added.
Nice. Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. Like to just see everything like this. I'm pretty
I
excited.
mean, yeah, I mean this is Comicsburg, man. This is what we do. We try to make things exciting and fun and like I
With
mean one of our
with
goals was to entertain and educate with stuff. So I mean whatever we can do.
if this goes well, then like the next lineup figure, John, you will be the secret figure next time.
I'm gonna be the secret figure wearing a Three River shirt action figure. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, that'd be
with
awesome.
with the accessory being a monster in one hand and a cigar in the other.
Well, I mean, the awesome thing about that kind of stuff is that like since we're like working with 3D sculptors and things like that, and I'm going to buy a 3D printer so I can print out anything I want. Like those things are like anything that your imagination come up with, we can now make into a real thing now.
Yeah, I'm now just thinking like, how funny would it be to have like a Three Rivers Three Rivers Comic Con like a team pack. So
Yeah.
it'd be like me, Justin, and Scott and Todd like as a
Mhm.
4-pack.
A full,
Like
we could
And of
probably
course,
get we could probably just go on
wait,
Funko and get
whoa,
Funko guy.
It gets crazier, right? So if you stack all three of me, Justin, and Scott on top of each other, that's how tall the Todd one is. Somewhere I'm gonna have that go.
Right.
So
I mean, you guys' 10th anniversary is coming up, so like all
yeah,
bets are off on what the craziness can go down next
Oh
year.
Lord.
Never count anything out, especially when it's Comicsburger, and we come up with the stuff.
right.
Oh
Oh, we
Lord.
did.
Ugh.
I killed local comic shop that day. Killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, killed it
nice.
with orders. Yeah, it was
Good.
great.
Well, we have you guys come into the waterfront that day, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. The only sale we're doing is half off dollar books,
Okay.
so that'll be kind of cool, and we're excited to have you guys because you're always a fun time. I unfortunately will not be there. I'll be at a show in Canton, which I don't like to miss because we owed a dinner the night before. There's a belly dancer, and it's kind of just like the most interestingly awkward dinner because like you're there with your friends having dinner, and then all of a sudden like this music comes on and this girl comes out and she just belly dances for like a half hour. But it's a lot of fun. I like that show a lot. It's very very small, very personal, which is cool. And Justin and I are actually gonna be at Toon Fusion this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And then the following weekend, I will be in Erie. Like, it's gonna be nuts. The next like 2 months are pretty much like three con weekends per month.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like June, right?
Yeah, it's like June. Like it's like September and October are June part 2.
Right.
So
You guys are doing Baltimore?
I'm going to Baltimore. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think Todd might split a booth like he usually does,
Yeah.
but I think it's just Todd and I going to Baltimore this year.
You don't do New York Comic Con.
We're gonna be there helping a buddy out at his booth. So,
Okay.
Yep.
I did
we'll
get
be there.
I did get a creator badge
Nice.
for New York Comic Con, and I'm right now trying to figure out just logic. Like getting there, not a problem. Trying to find a Airbnb or hotel anywhere near the convention center or less than 20 miles away. It's insane.
No.
Now you're probably gonna end up
You're better off
busting
going to
it out into
Jersey.
like like out into like Secaucus area and then just
Mhm.
taking a train in and out. It's like $5 each way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what
because that's usually what we do is like we end
Yep.
up around like Newark or Secaucus area. And
Yeah,
Mhm.
we got an Airbnb in Jersey last year, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Like what it took us 5 minutes to get to the train by car.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
could you just stay in Philly? Is that cheaper?
I doubt it. It's probably it's either just as expensive and way longer of a train ride,
Mhm.
or it's slightly cheaper and way longer of a train ride.
Right.
And but the train ride being like the train ride is like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
like from Secaucus into uh the train station downtown.
Okay.
Because like you walk out of the train station and you're like right in front of the New Yorker. It's like a 5 minute walk to the convention center. Um, when I was helping with Action Lab, we used to stay in Edgewater, and then we would drive. We'd have the shuttle take us down to the ferry, and we'd buy a week-long pass of the ferry. And the ferry literally just went across the river, and you walked around the building, and you're in the front of the like it dropped you off behind the Javits Center, so
Oh,
you just
okay.
had to walk around. Yeah, it was super easy and super nice.
Okay.
Um, and
If you
so
don't
I
mind,
recommend that.
yeah, if you can message me some options on that,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
check into it. Okay.
Or you can
So
rewatch this part of the segment.
I gotta replay it again.
I mean,
Um,
we can. I mean, we might be able to talk to like the guy we're probably going to crash with and see, um, like if there's another space that he wouldn't, um, you know, like that you might be able to like, you know, throw it some money at him and crash with us. But I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
I can't speak to that because it's his stuff.
Oh, of course, of course, of
We're
course.
just there helping. But he's a pretty good dude, so I imagine he would not be mad about that.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see what he says. Or you might
So
just
I
have to like build a shitload of minis at or help out at the booth. Help out at the booth
Right.
for some scenario. He doesn't have to get you a badge, but you got to help
Right.
the booth a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I already have a badge. I do. I have a great badge.
Right. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, cool. So I was watching, I can't remember which show it was. Piranha Direct, and they were talking about like free
Piranha.
comic book
Yeah.
day yesterday. And
Yeah.
yeah, no one has
Adam's
any clue
Macronym.
about
Yeah.
yeah. How anybody like how if they're going to have to license the logos and things like that for free comic book day. Like nobody has any idea what's going on.
No idea.
That's nuts. It's
Like,
nuts if that falls through the cracks. That'd be crazy.
as far as I know, Diamond still owned it, so therefore, I believe Universal or no, Pop Ad,
Yeah.
whatever they are, I think they own it now,
Yeah.
technically.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Um,
It's crazy.
like I have not seen anything in my Comics Pro Discord that would make me be like, oh yeah, I totally know what's going on. It's being talked
The
about in there.
sport that I'm in also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but are you in the retailer chunks? Are you allowed in the retailer threads?
Well, I can see, but I can't respond.
Okay, well then, yeah. So some of them in there are also talking about the same stuff. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's
Yeah. I just thought it was weird today. It came up when we were just talking about doing that sampler thing for Free Comic Book Day, and that might just go.
well, the guys at Piranha are great. I've known Adam for Jesus, over 10 years. And he just picked up my buddy Gabe to be one of his retailer direct guys. And
Yeah,
Gabe,
they have a deal with Lunar like massive.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Gabe used to work for Reed Pop. He used to run a publisher, a small publisher. That's actually where I met him. If you ever see the big giant spin wheel we got that from him.
Oh, okay. Just borrow it, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going to talk about some comics before we forget about them and run out of time. So I'm going to talk about Batman 1. And then when we're done, we'll let you do a final pitch again. So, but chime in if you have read any of these or have any points of views.
I just found that logo really distracting, and just that's what I'm going to say right now.
I I'm not a big fan of the logo. That might be the only thing I didn't like in this book, to be honest. So this is Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. Um, this it starts out with now beat cop Gordon, who used to be Commissioner Gordon, because Vandal Savage is now the commissioner in Gotham. Um, he's on the beat with a kind of a rookie, and Killer Croc busts out of a window and slams into a truck, and she's like, "Do we call this in?" And he's like, "Yep, just call it in. I've been here for a long time. I know you just call for backup." And then the professor that was talking with Killer Croc had called Batman, and she's talking to him about how he actually has changed, um, and not just physically, because he physically changed into like more of a um, almost like prehistoric kind of vibe. Like he's like got giant teeth. He's kind of ugly, more ugly than normal. Um, and he speaks a lot like the lizard did when he's in like feral mode, which we'll get to that in a second. um there's this really cool moment where he gets to use these um like this like visor thing on his helmet that was cool. Also, every time he uses a gadget, they make a little box and tell you what the gadget is. Like he like jumps out the window to go look for Killer Croc, and it's like Batwing, low altitude, low opening flight suit. Um, you know, like glide ratio 5 to 1. Stuff like that. Let's see. Then Vandal Savage is basically saying like he has like urban tactical officers that will handle any kind of superpower thing that happens. So the regular police are basically told to just step aside. Um, and they're like, "What happens when we run into Batman?" And he's like, "Well, he can't outrun justice. His time will come." Then we get to see the new design of the Batmobile with a AI Alfred in it, like a hologram Alfred that talks to Batman, which is kind of cool. Then he stops a gang of people from like raping 2 girls in a park by running them over with the Batmobile, because Batman doesn't
Wow.
kill people, whatever.
That's
Um,
one way to do it.
right? And he really like just beats it, like just runs over them and beats the shit out of them. It's awesome. He then voice activates the Batmobile to guard the girls, which is cool. Um, then he uses their spectral lenses, is what he calls them on his cowl. So he uses those to basically track Croc to like a science museum where he's staring at a giant T-Rex. Um, and Batman charges up his bat gauntlets, which have electro charge personal nullifiers in them with 250 millivolt charge, um, which I thought was crazy. And you know, Croc like kind of yells at him, and then he starts talking, and he goes, "You bad, so go." And he's like, "Shit." He's like, "You've become a child." Balls. So he literally takes off his cowl, sits down, and starts talking to him. And he says, he's sitting there looking at this giant T Rex, and he goes, "I used to have one of these in my house." And Croc just goes, "Big house." He's like, "Yeah, it was." Um, and he like, since he took off his cowl, he sees him. He goes, "You head new now." He's like, "If you say so." And then they kind of start talking about the how he looks more like a T-Rex now, and how he's changed. And the doctor shows up, and Batman goes back to Pennyworth Manor on the Upper West Side, which is now where the new Batcave is. Um, and Robin calls him and is looking for some cops that they actually know, because he's getting arrested. Uh, and it's Tim Drake Robin as regular Robin, not Red Robin, so single R, which I thought was kind of weird. Um, and then that's where the book ends. The first book ends, and I thought it was kind of a good place to end. And I thought it was a very good story. It flowed well. It's definitely Matt Fraction. So if you liked his Hawkeye book, or you liked his Jimmy Olsen stuff, or his Thor stuff, it's very similar. And the art in this book is absolutely fucking fantastic. Um, so I'm going to give this an 11 out of 12. And my reason for the 11 and not a full 12 out of 12, partially the logo, and partially
It's
partially because it's Tim Drake as Robin and not Damian. So
I'm already
because,
confused on why Tim Drake is Robin again. So
well, I mean, he was Robin in the Titans, so like he was Red Robin slash Red Robin,
yeah.
and he was doing Robin-y things. He just wasn't Batman's direct partner for a
Right.
while. But I thought it was good. It was a lot of fun. But the interior art is just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
So
Jorge Jimenez, and
yeah,
he's
man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
yeah.
So definitely go check it out, guys. We have a ton of them on the shelves because we definitely stocked up because we knew people were going to check it out. So make sure you check this book out.
All right. JSA 11. It's been a while since I read the JSA stuff, but we're finally starting to get to the big event after literally 10 issues of little mini battles, of everybody being separated. We get this really awkward discussion between Our Man and Flash about their personal relationship. Like it literally takes like 2 pages of it. Didn't need that awkward relationship talk in my comic books. I got enough of that in real life. So I'm deducting 2 points just for that, just for those 2 pages. That is the most awkward thing. I don't want to read about going, well, this is how our relationship is. It's not you, it's me. And I'm like, really? You're writing a comic book about this. You're writing this is the I almost was like trying to find another book, and I'm like, there wasn't enough books that I was interested in. And I'm like, I'll finish it, but that was not the best way to start out this book. Uh, anyway, the Injustice Society has most of the rest of the JSA kind of locked down, and are about to kill them, but Kid Eternity shows up, with Hawkman and Hawkgirl and ends up saving them. The Injustice Society leaves to go complete their plan. The new Dr. Fate, I should say newer. He's been Dr. Fate for a while now, but Khalid, he gets summoned by Kent Nelson, who's still around. His spirit within the helm and the tower still there. He is able to get the amulet of Anubis, which carries some power, but just not as much power as the helm of fate. And he ends up going to the fifth dimension and rescues Thunderbolt and Obsidian. Injustice Society starts Ragnarok, their version of Ragnarok in DC, not Marvel Ragnarok with Thor, as they release the Unnamed Ones, which is basically looks like a bunch of Cthulhu wannabes. And that's the way this book ends. Like I said, it's been a minute since I read all this. It looks like it's gonna come to a hilt in the next issue. We'll see where it goes. The art I have no issue with, but because of those first 2 pages, though, like I said, I'm deducting points just because of that. So this is getting like a 9 out of 12. Like it's continuing the story, but like I said, that awkward 2-page discussion about the relationships like that was kind of, we didn't need that. You could have filled that in with something else. But it's generally okay. It's typical JSA doom and gloom, and I
Is
like
it
how it's
bad
going.
that is it bad that the only character I recognize on that cover is Solomon Grundy?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
woof.
Well,
I don't.
it's a lot of like newer people who are taking mantles from old villains and just kind of putting them in. Like most of the JSA you wouldn't even recognize, to be honest.
Okay.
Uh it's was it Flash in this well, there's 3 Flashes. There's Jay Gordon, or Jay
Garrett.
Garrett
Yeah.
is there, but there's also, I'm trying to figure what the female,
Jesse.
uh is it Jesse?
Jesse Quick.
Jesse Quick.
Yeah, Jesse Quick. So this is her grown up now. So it's, I don't even know who Our Man is anymore. Um, it is very confusing. It's,
Yeah.
if you haven't read JSA in a while, you do have to catch up. Um, but it's not bad for what it is. It's definitely not on par with the absolute stuff that DC's been putting out here, but it's
Cool.
not bad.
All right. My next book is Sisterhood #3 from Image. Um, so this book continues the story of Sophie and Violet, where Violet was killed in a sorority pledging issue. So uh, then her ghost is forcing Sophie to kill everyone in the sorority. Um, so in the last issue, Violet's ghost pushed one of the girls off and spiked her onto a fence.
Oh,
Um, and this book starts out with the cops interrogating Sophie, like, what the hell's going on? Like, what happened? Oh, she just fell. Um, and then the sorority girls are like, I don't know if we're gonna take a pledge class. And then you see Sophie and Violet kind of talking to each other about, like, should we even continue to do this? And um, Sophie agrees. She then gets completely hazed and kidnapped by the sorority girls, who then take her out to a middle of the woods in a cage, with all of the other pledges, and they're basically like swearing them to secrecy and scaring the shit out of them. And they kick her cage down a hill, and it slides down, and she like scratches her face up pretty bad. Um, and they're like, no, this is just what you got to do. And they're like, okay. So then there's 2 cars traveling, of them going back. One in the front has some of the girls in it. The other one is a van with a bunch of the girls in it. And the one girl kind of helps, make her face better, and says she knew Violet, she was in her class, but doesn't talk about how she died. Um, so uh, all of a sudden, like they like this black fog like comes all through the car, and they like they all start like bleeding. And Violet just tells Sophie to jump out of the van. So she opens the door and jumps out of the van. The van goes over the side and blows up, killing all the girls inside it, um, which serves the right for fucking hazing. But so then Violet and Sophie kind of have a, what the hell are you doing? Why would I do that? Why did you do that? Kind of moment, um, where Sophie now realizes that Violet can possess her. And when the cops show up, uh, Sophie does get possessed by Violet, doesn't know what's going on, ends up with a gun in her hand, and she gets arrested. And she's being charged with murder, and that's where you see her left at the end, being left off. Um, so it was a very twisty, what the hell is going on kind of book. Um, I love it because shitty sorority girls got fucked because they were hazing people, and I am a very anti-hazing person. Um, so this is as someone in the Greek system that tries his best to make sure people understand that the Greek system is actually a pretty good thing. Um, that's the part that pisses me off every time is anytime I hear about hazing. So to see a bunch of these girls who fucking killed someone in hazing, then haze someone and then get killed themselves, love it, applaud. Um,
Like it was
my
coming to
only
you.
my only real gripe about the book was that it went very quick, like very very quick. So for that, I'm only giving it a 10 out of 12. But this
It's only
book's
a
been
5 issue series.
it is. It's a five
Oh,
issue series. So, because it's just a mini, it's an offshoot story of the Hyde Street stuff. Um, I really enjoyed it. So, but the art is unbelievably cool because that's the same style art the whole way through that book
okay.
is what you see on the cover. So,
Yeah.
and I actually picked up the variant because I thought it looked better. So,
Okay, we got Rome is Magic, #1. I think that's issue 3 you posted up on there.
whoops, my bad.
But yeah,
Whatever.
well, issue 1, the cover is like a Roman Legion helmet on a skull. So which kind of seems to be the theme here with this book. We start with a battle of a legion of Roman soldiers getting attacked in the wilderness by the natives, and you just see a massacre happen, which that's historically accurate. That happened a lot uh, back in ancient Rome. So, and then we get the next page is a drunken soldier. He happened to be the survivor of this massacre. And he's kind of PTSD, you know. He's also has survivor syndrome since he was the only survivor of that legion. Um, and he's getting kicked out of the bar because he has no money. So he's a drunken mess. But then he hears this girl yelling, save me, help me. So he's like, well, I'm, part of Rome's Legion. I will come to save, drunkenly tries to help her. As she's being chased by these two hooded figures. He grabs one by the shoulder. The hood comes down, and it's like a grotesque zombie-esque kind of looking thing. Uh, he basically gets his ass kicked. It's it not it's not even close. But he stopped them enough that this other group came in and saved the girl that was running. The two hooded figures escape. They take the soldier. Um, they tie him up and they basically interrogate and torture him, going, "Who are you? Why did you get involved? How do you know this girl? Blah blah blah." And he's just like, "I'm, so and so, Icus, whatever, something that ends in Icus, because every Roman has that in their name." Um, and he's just blabbering, like describing the massacre and how he wishes to be dead to join his comrades because he didn't have the honor of dying in battle, and everybody else in his unit did. Um, and they were about to put him down too. But the girl that he saved comes to his rescue to thank him for at least attempting to help her. Um, and then it turns out this girl is an oracle, so she ends up having a vision just as at that moment, saying that he is somehow involved and he will help them conquer these monsters, blah blah blah. Of course, the guy's freaking out because he's drunk and he's not realizing that this is actually happening. The group is like, okay, we're gonna tell you, you know, what you're involved in. If you still want to die, we will gladly oblige you. But if you want to help, it sounds like you're part of this uh, prophecy. You do see later in the book that the two hooded figures report to this head monster, who ends up plucking out one of the minions' eyes as repentance, and they're going to go after the girl again. But the soldier decides to help them because this may be his chance to redeem his honor and die with honor and glory and blah blah blah. And that is the end of the book. Um, I will give this a 10 out of 12 because I like how historically like accurate it kind of is, because the way they had the Legion and everything, that's the way that they lined up. Like the panels of the way he was formation, the way they invaded other territories is exactly the what Romans did. Um, and I enjoy the, Roman gods getting involved in this is always fun too. Which is just basically the Greek gods, just different names. Um, the only issue that it's not getting a perfect thing is the book itself. The pages were stuck together. The I don't know if it's
So
the
the
ink.
printing is this low
The
quality?
printing was really bad.
Okay.
So be cautious if you do get this book. Because it's like a light sticking. It's not like you're going to tear the book, but just be very, very careful of reading, because I had to
Almost
do
like the
like,
ink didn't dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're using that it's a waxy paper, so the ink never
Mhm.
dries well with that.
Right.
Marvel learned that a few years ago in the 90s when they were doing that, and they kind of started going back on that a little bit. I think this company, I don't even know what publishing company this is.
Cambodia Press. I
Okay.
checked. Yeah.
So
Because I was like, because I'm looking at this cover for issue 3, and I'm like, I really hope that's Caligula. Like,
it might
you know,
be.
he made his horse like the fucking like
Or
the
it
head
could
of
be
state.
Caesar or Augustus. Who knows? I'm sure we will find out later. But I do like this. There's not enough Roman or like Roman kind of things in comics. There's always Greek. There's always Norse. It's kind of interesting to see the Roman aspect a little bit. I'm good for this. It's kind of a neat book.
It's awesome. All right. My last book is Star Trek Red Shirts #2. Uh,
I knew you were going to pick that.
well, I almost did Spider-Man 94 because I thought you were gonna do that, but then I was
No.
like, chances are you might do Batman, so I didn't want to do two books that you might have done. So, so this continues where the last one left off. The away teams at um, the satellite dish on a planet after two guys got completely killed, just landing. Um, Basically, some of them are outside after they planted the disc. Some of them are inside. The guys inside are just kind of freaking out and don't know if it's actually going to work. Um, and the guys outside are just doing kind of like uh surveillance. And then so some of the guys inside decide to do like spar for a while to keep themselves sharp. And then all of a sudden spies show up, like the bad guy infiltrators show up. They can't tell what species they are because they're covered head to toe. The guys outside run into Johnny Boy, who was the like the weird thing we didn't see in the first one. Yeah, he's a giant space cockroach is basically what he is. Um, and he totally he literally bites one of the guys in half. So it's like
Nice.
another one's dead. And throughout the book, they're just talking about how people are dying. Like the one guy gets shot by one of the bad guys from like far away with a phaser, and it burns half his face off. Um, so the guys inside are like, okay, okay. Uh, the one guy, his his species is like fights these kind of species, and his bite will kill that because it's poisonous to them. So he goes up and tries to bite it, but John Boy rips off his lower jaw and kills him. Um, so he doesn't even get to bite him. They get to the door, to the hatch. The Vulcan opens up the door, and John Boy spears him with his big ass claw right through his chest, and he just falls and dies like right in front of everybody. Um, so they're now like, well, we got to do something. So they change how the one array is working to now become like a distress call. Um, the commander in charge throws like a photon grenade at the main character Miller. Um, they all go outside to try to shoot down the bad guys, and while that's happening, you find out that it looks like the bad guys in this book are going to be Romulans. Um, but that's pretty much how it goes, and it's down to basically, I think, 4 of the 12 guys originally are still alive. Um, and they're just in pursuit. That's where it leaves it. Um, this book is not the most awesomely written book, and the art is not the most fantastic, but it's super fun if you're a Trek fan. Um, and I really think it's a lot of fun. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 12 because it's just a lot of fun, even though everything else is kind of meh. Um, like it's more fun than it should be. Let's put it that way. Um, and this actually was very fitting because this week's episode of Strange New Worlds, Ortega, who's a red shirt, gets stranded on a moon with nothing else but a Gorn, and has to befriend a Gorn. So it was a really great episode to watch. And there was an Easter egg in this episode too, but I forgot what it was because I watched it this morning. But make sure you guys check out Strange New Worlds while you're at it. So
All right. We got Wolverine number 13. Um, this is the aftermath after Mastermind messed with Wolverine's head about his mom. So, of course, the book starts out with Wolverine being super depressed in the woods, drunk, well, drinking a lot, not drunk, but he drank a lot. Um, and Nightcrawler comes and finds him, and they start talking a little bit about, what's going on, because, if anybody is Wolverine's confidant, it's Nightcrawler, his own personal preacher. And he starts talking like about things, and then Wolverine gets a phone call. And he's like, yeah, okay, on my way. So he's like, Elf, we'll have to do this when I get back. I'll have a beer or 20. And Elf's like, well, you're being mysterious. He's like, well, I have to go pay off a debt from about 100 years ago. So,
as
so
Wolverine does.
yes, yeah, because he always doesn't think about it. I'm getting interrupted by the boy here. He wants attention. Um, and we meet Donna Angela Benadio, um, Italian mob boss, who is a descendant of a mob boss that Wolverine befriended in the heyday of the Chicago gangster life in the 1920s. Uh, so apparently, like her grandfather trusted Logan so much that he gave him this ring that was only entrusted to family. But he trusted Logan enough to have this ring. He returned the ring to her in a previous issue. But it's been years since then. But he comes in to visit or to the headquarters there. Of course, the doorman try to get bitchy with him, as do the bodyguards, and Wolverine does his thing. And she's like, I invited him. It's okay. Of course, it's after he's knocked out all four of them with ease. And they talk about his history with this gang, um, and how that they're finally, ever since he gave the ring back to her all those years ago, because it's been like I think he gave it back to her like 20 years ago or something like that. They've finally kind of got back to a decently prominent position. But they're always this they've always been battling with the Irish part, which is, Italians and Irish don't get along gang wise, which is accurate. But I guess the head of the Irish gang is finally wanting to broker legit peace with the Italian faction. So what she proposes to Wolverine is for him to become a Dawn, to lead the Italian family, at least temporarily, because even though the head of the Irish wants peace, the rest of his gang do not. So they have to find somebody who's going to survive being shot, stabbed, beaten, and still able to beat them up without killing any of them to cause a war. So her solution is to make him a temporary Dawn, and then peace will be achieved, which he agrees to. He gets dressed up in this really swanky red gangster outfit, which I hope, if Marvel has a sense of humor, it comes out in some sort of action figure, because I'll probably buy it because it looks pretty sweet. But he goes in, knocks on the door, in quotations here, and basically just takes the beating of this entirety, like a gang of like 100 some odd Irish gangsters. They stab him, they shoot him, they try to beat him with ball bats. Pretty much nothing's working, just because he's healing instantaneously from that. Finally, one of them gets a flamethrower and sets him on fire, and that doesn't really do much. It just pisses him off. So you see this like half charred Wolverine finally make it up the stairs in this headquarters of the Irish, Dawn, with three of them hanging there, which two of the guys are like huge, like kingpin size, and he just kind of just flips them backwards. And the Irish is like, the Irish Dawn is basically like, thank you for not killing any of my men and treating them gently. And they basically get the treaty done. Logan, after that, Logan relinquishes the Dawn title back over to Angela. And his debt to her gang is repaid. But in turn, she's like, you are officially a friend of the family. If you ever need anything, just ask. And that is the end of the book. And I thought this was kind of fun. One-off little adventure, doesn't really have anything to do with the X-Men. It's kind of fun. I will give this a 12 out of 12. I know this volume of Wolverine's kind of gotten shitty, but I like little things like this where it takes you out of the normal Wolverine trying to save the world, or Wolverine involved with the X-Men, or Wolverine versus the Sabretooth. It's just him doing this thing because he was friends with somebody 100 years ago. And he just does it. And I love that. That's a cool little adventure for a guy who's basically immortal. So it's kind of cool to get that. You don't get a lot of backstory of his history completely. There are pockets here and there, and this just happened to be one of those pockets that we get a glimpse of. So it was kind of cool.
Cool. All right. Well, Marvin, I think you can do your final pitch. One last pitch.
The last pitch.
One last
So, on Kickstarter, we've got what, 56 days to go. So, but don't wait to,
56, yeah.
yeah. So don't wait to jump on. The sooner we get it funded, the more awesome stuff I can add, because once we hit the goal, it'll unlock that second pack of heads. There might be more heads, or we could add another figure. So we never know what can happen. Once we hit goal, all bets are off.
Nice. And people can get to the Kickstarter through the Comicsburg page, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So make sure you guys go to comicsburg.com, check them out, and make sure you check out everything Marvin puts out, because I do believe that you're the creator that has the most content in Comicsburg right now, correct?
Yes, and me and then Grant, because he has like 4 titles.
Yeah, but you have more issues.
Yeah, right.
Versus you have like a plethora more issues, but he does have he has more titles than you.
Right.
So.
And I just got a notification that issue 11 is at Waterfront, so I guess it came out yesterday.
Boom, there you go.
It's supposed to come out next week, and it's not on any of the release lists. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's out now. If you can find it, if it's out there.
I'm not complaining. It's out there for you, and we like to support. So, and I don't remember if I told Justin this, but when I went to the Pirates game 2 weeks ago, I text Marvin. There was a dude sitting like 5 rows behind me that had a Comicsburg shirt on. And
Nice.
Apparently he bought that shirt at Three Rivers Comic-Con.
Nice.
I talked to him very quickly. I just said, "Hey man, nice shirt." He's like, "Oh, thanks." I'm like, "I know those guys." He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. I bought this at the show over at the convention center." I was like, "Oh yeah, I run that show." He's like, "What?" And then all of a sudden a home run got hit and we were all like freaked out. So and we were like, "Oh, never mind." So he's like, "All right, cool, man. See you later, nerd. It's good. Bye, my fellow nerd." Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
it was very cool to have that. I was just like, "Is that a Comicsburg shirt?" I was like, "Well,
Nice.
maybe." I was like, "Well, you got the black and gold, right?" And they won
Yeah.
the game, so that's good.
Oh, there you go. Comicsburg
And
helps
they-
the Pirates win. One game.
Update, they just swept the Dodgers.
Damn.
Well, Paul Skeens pitched and he shut them
okay.
out. He shut
There we
them
go.
out. But they won the first 2 of the series too. Like pretty, awesome fashion. Why is it always September that they play their best baseball, but they're not in the running for anything? If they just do
they're
this,
still over 500, so that's all that matters. Barely, but they're over.
what's his name? They just did a statistic of the manager, 20-5 versus winning teams, which is he's on the there's 5 other managers in baseball history that have done that.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
if we don't keep the manager, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's playing some money ball. So
Oh, he's helping them to win. He's definitely fired. Definitely.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Nutting won't have that. No. We're Pittsburgh. We don't
It's
have
like Major League, right? Remember?
Right.
Yeah, except Nutting doesn't have the body or the tits for the
Right.
So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Marvin for coming on. You're always
Thank you for having me.
a blast to have on. Thanks everybody who watched, who was in the chat, and go check out the Blaine action figure. Check out the one shot that can come with it, and if you miss it somehow, you can buy your copy at New Dimension Comics someday. It'll be fine. I promise. So.
We will
All
be
right.
playing with his action figure in the store, I guarantee it.
Exactly.
I
And
didn't see
if
you
you
playing
guys,
with your dolls.
what? I'm not doing that. Hold on, wait. Let me show you one of my favorites. Do you know what this
Nice.
is?
Is that Bobby from King of the Hill?
No, it is Wee Baby Seamus from Archer. I love this thing.
Does he have the
Yeah,
tattoo on him?
well, his tattoo's on his back, and you can't get to that part.
Hmm,
So, but I just
disappointing.
think it's hilarious that it's
Disappointed.
Wee Baby Seamus. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you later. And if you're at Toon Fusion, make sure you stop by and say
Yes.
hi.